Hello and welcome to VOA's Red Carpet. I'm Jackson Bunganyi. This week on Red Carpet, we chat with Mozambican award-winning saxophonist Moreira Chongwisa about the power of investing in public arts education. Afrobeat superstar Ashake has announced his world tour, codenamed Lungu Boy World Tour. And we attend an extreme chainsaw carving show. Those stories, plus we check out a new popular Netflix miniseries that explores themes of migration, marriage, and medical tourism between Nigeria and India. Let's get on with the show. Hero Games, a game design studio based in Cameroon, has made historic achievement by launching the first African role-playing game on Xbox. The game, titled Orion Legacy of the Coriodan, first debuted on Microsoft Windows in 2016 and later inspired a comic book adaptation 3 years after its release. And now, this innovative game is accessible on one of the most widely used gaming consoles globally. The game captivates players with its powerful storytelling, drawing them into a deeply layered world infused with a unique spiritual strength, delivering an immersive gaming experience. Afrobeat superstar Ashake announced his world tour, codenamed Lungu Boy World Tour, that will take him across North America and Europe. The 14-day tour begins on June the 26th at Afro Nation, Portugal, and the Wireless Festival in London. He will also make stops at Atlanta's State Farm Arena and New York City's Madison Square Garden before wrapping up on October the 6th at Promised Land Festival in Gold Coast. The Lungu Boy World Tour will support Ashake's upcoming third studio album, which is due later this summer. Award-winning Mozambican jazz saxophonist Moreira Chongwisa understands the power of investing in public arts education. His country, Mozambique, prioritized cultural development by building institutions that provided formal training in music and the arts. And today, Chongwisa is celebrated globally for his virtuosity and innovation in the jazz scene, blending traditional African rhythms with contemporary jazz elements. He tells me that his journey underscores the importance of investing in arts education as a catalyst for individual growth and national cultural enrichment. Let's check it out. Parents of African society, when you think about the arts, it's not something that they push their kids into. They usually want them to be lawyers, engineers, but your father put you into the musical school at the age of 7. This was a resource that was provided by the government.
Yes. Mozambique became independent in 1975. I was born in 77, and I went to school when I was 7, music school, as an extracurricular. So it says a lot about, I don't mean to brag, but it says a lot about a new independent country that was colonized for so many centuries. You get what I'm saying? So they created the National School of Music, they created National School of Arts, they created the National Dance Company. So it was, I'm proud of that government. Did you get what I'm saying?
That's a great legacy.
No, it was a great legacy. So if I'm sitting here with you, and it wasn't private, it was public. Do you get what I'm saying? With teachers prepared to fulfill their duties and to give us tools. I went to Cape Town, the University of Cape Town, without any extra preparation. The preparation that I had was from a basic level, not even from a middle level. But I did my audition. They said, yes, you are ready. I had my challenges with the language, of course, weather, food, homesickness, but technically, I was prepared to get into that. So I think my government, they did a fantastic role.
Mr. Moreira!
How do you perceive the audience's response to jazz in Mozambique? Is there a growing appreciation for the genre? We've seen other genres like Afrobeats, other contemporary genres that are kind of taking people's attention away. How is the appreciation of the genre growing, not just in Mozambique, in Africa in general?
I think it's very positive because Afrobeat is a fantastic genre. It's there since, it will be there. but it changes formats. There is new nuances that come into Afrobeat, like today you're talking about Burna Boy, which is one of the world's biggest star from Africa, Nigeria in this case. But the great thing, jazz is always there. Do you understand? The things, they come, they go, they reinvent themselves. The jazz is there. You've heard about Manu Dibango. He was always there. He's not here physically, but the music stays.
R.I.P. Manu Dibango, the great.
Michael Jackson
Yes.
sampled him. He's there. Yuma Sikela, the same thing. Miriam Makeba, the same thing. So we will always be there. Jazz is not great music. No. It's not good music. No. It's relevance.
Relevance.
Yeah.
It's relevant music.
It's relevance.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, before we end this, I wanted to ask you kind of advice you would give to young aspiring musicians on how to blend their cultural roots with jazz or other genres. What advice would you offer?
Yeah, the first advice is, of course, you need to practice your craft, okay? And this is not just for jazz musicians, for athletes, etc. Education is key, because we want to create a multiply effect in order to inspire more youthful. So education is it. It doesn't matter how great saxophone player you are, how great of a singer, of football, whatever, soccer. You need to study. You need to read about your craft. You need to read about your heritage.
Participants of the Extreme Chainsaw Carving Show have just a few hours to turn a cedar block of wood into a beautiful work of art. VOA's Natasha Mzogvaya reports from Arlington, Washington in the Pacific Northwest.
Two things strike visitors to the Extreme Chainsaw Carving Show: the sound of multiple chainsaws of various sizes hard at work, and the strong scent of fresh cut cedar. 20 chainsaw artists taking part in a 3-day marathon carving event in Arlington, in the state of Washington, showcase their work. Lane Warden says being able to improvise is a crucial part of the process.
Sometimes you start doing a bear and you might end up with a bird. You know, if you mess up on a cut, it doesn't necessarily mean you messed up the whole carve. It just means, you know, you gotta change direction. My mind's going 100 miles per hour every single time I'm carving.
Chainsaw carving was seen as a predominantly male domain. In recent years, a growing number of women carvers have taken part in live shows.
For me, it's not so much about the competition, it's actually about the company and all the amazing people that participate in this event.
Lee Woody, with a day job at a software company, got into chainsaw carving 7 years ago, following an attempt to build a house for a squirrel. Some artists are part of the tight-knit local carvers community. Hagdorj Dortsoren, called George by his peers, came all the way from Mongolia, where he carved sculptures from ice.
I want to learn. The chainsaw carving is for me, where my country is very new. Ice carving is more hard. It's cold and more clothes and more tools. I like more chainsaw carving.
Veteran artists swear that it's not as hard as it looks. One just needs to see what's hiding in that bulky block of wood. Natasha Mozgovaya, VOA News, Arlington, Washington.
A new Netflix miniseries exploring migration, marriage, and medical tourism between Nigeria and India is striking a chord with viewers in Africa's most populous nation, grappling with a struggling economy and dreams of life abroad. Here is more.
Postcards, a 5-part series produced and directed by Hamisha Dariani Ahuja, tells stories of characters in both countries, including a talented but unmotivated Nigerian dancer struggling to leave for a better life. For businesswoman Oluwakemi Rapu, one of a growing number of Bollywood fans in Nigeria, a favorite episode touching on migration resonated amid soaring inflation and Naira currency devaluation that has battered incomes and fueled thoughts of leaving.
In Nigeria, we believe that when we leave our country, we go to another country. That is when we are going to make it. You know, when I first saw when the guy got to India and I saw the place, the apartment, that I said, Nigeria is even better than this place. So sometimes if we are planning to, I want to leave my country, I want to go to another country, we should just We are going through the same thing. It's just that it's our currency that is different.
The cultural ties between Nigeria and India depicted in postcards have helped drive its popularity. Filmmaker Hamija Dariana Ahuja, who has spent most of her life in Nigeria, is keen to create borderless content, bringing people together.
You know, this time I wanted to go a little bit more modern, a little bit more slice of life. With Namaste Wahala, it was a bit of an escapism route. So you had dancing around trees, like the 90s style Bollywood. It was fun, a little bit fantasy to some extent. Of course, we had some real in there too. But with postcards, I really wanted people to see human connections. It wasn't Nigeria and India coming together. It was humans coming together with the backdrop of Nigeria and India.
The miniseries, released almost a month ago exclusively on streaming platform Netflix, has remained in the top 10 in Nigeria, hovering between first and second place. Putting out hundreds of movies and television episodes a month, Nigeria's Nollywood is the world's second biggest film industry after India's Bollywood, and generated an estimated $600 million in revenue in 2022, according to audit firm PwC.
Roller derby is a fast-paced, hard-hitting sport played on roller skates and dominated by women. VOA's Jania Dulo takes us to the skating rink with competitors of the Angel City Derby League in Los Angeles.
In roller derby, Ariel Bogus goes by the name Murda. The bartender was first recruited by one of her customers and says it's the strong community of women that kept her coming back for 12 years.
When I started playing derby, I was looking for a community. I was looking for a place that was more women-driven. And this, yes, basketball, but pickup basketball at our age is more male-driven. So this sport was women-led, and there was all these strong women that were playing it.
Roller derby is an American-originated full-contact sport played on roller skates where teams score by lapping opposing skaters. Korean-American player Rachel Weikert goes by the roller derby name bulgogi, which is a play on the Korean meat dish bulgogi. The aggressiveness of the sport allows her to step out of what she calls the Asian female common quiet stereotype. As the smallest player on her team, she says roller derby welcomes all kinds of bodies.
Where you have really small people and really tall people and skinny and bigger and all the different things, it's pretty awesome because everyone has advantages and everyone has disadvantages, and you just have to find yours and use them and hope that someone else doesn't capitalize on your weaknesses.
Tui Lion has been skating in roller derby for 16 years and says the sport's founding principles of inclusion welcome people in the LGBTQ community.
It's explicitly said anyone who identifies with this type of sport can play. So we have folks that identify as transmasculine playing, we have folks that identify as transfemme and gender non-conforming, non-binary, so it's anyone who wants to play can play, and that's intentional.
Lion says that safe space in roller derby is especially important for a transgender community, feeling pushback in other playing fields. Jenya Dulo, VOA News, Los Angeles.
Thanks for watching VOA's Red Carpet. I'm Jackson Vunganyi. For more entertainment news, remember to check us out at voaafrica.com. We are also on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. And don't forget to like, to share, and to subscribe. And as we end today's episode of the Red Carpet, we want to wish our producer Bismarck a very happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Bismarck. Salute.